Okay, so welcome to Gut Health 101. We'll be all official here. So Lacey and I and Amy just kind of threw this together last minute because we're like, we have so many people wanting information and asking questions, and we're like, let's just gather together here on Zoom at everyone's convenience, wherever you are, just for a few minutes, and just tell you our stories and why we are so excited to share these products with anyone that will listen, and then give you the chance to ask your questions. So at the end, we're going to make sure that we wrap up our information and our stories before 8:30. And at that point, we'll start the Q&A. You can hang around for Q&A if you want to, but either way, if you've asked questions, then we'll give you a drawing, an entry for every question that you ask. You don't want, like, just to keep order and so we can get through our information and our stories, we will have you wait, like hold your questions until the end if you want to speak them. However, if you notice, there's a little chat bubble down at the bottom of your screen, and you can type questions right there. So you can type your questions at any time, or you can wait until the end and then ask any questions that you might have, okay? Yay, Lacey, there's our example. It's also fun to see what other people are typing in the chat, okay? And as long as it doesn't get too loud, I'll just leave everyone unmuted. But if it does get noisy, if you have a lot of background noise, do you mind just muting yourself so it's nice and loud and clear for everyone? And what am I giving away? Let's see. How about a free trial of Lacys Slim and one of my personal favorites, the MetaBurn. Or you can choose the block if you'd rather, either a carb blocker, or the MetaBurn is awesome for mood, energy, and healthy weight. So we'll do a trial pack of one of those two, whichever you choose, and you do get an entry for every question that you ask to our guests specifically, okay? If you're already a Plexus ambassador and you're here, we're grateful you're here, and you're welcome to ask questions too, and maybe even share your story if you have time. But we do want to leave the giveaway for one of our guests, okay? So if you don't have your phone camera turned on, we'd love to see your cute face. I'm just saying, you don't have to. If you're not comfortable with that, that's fine. If you want to just be a fly on the wall listening in, that's cool. But we're excited you're here, so thank you, thank you. And I'm just going to jump right into my story, and I'll try to make it the Cliff Notes version because, yeah, I want to be respectful of your time. Then you've got to hear Lacey's story. Guys, there are so many stories here among our group that would literally, like, make you cry. Like, holy cow, life changed in an amazing way. And so here's two little examples tonight that are very different. I joined Plexus, actually. It's kind of funny, a lot different than most ambassadors. I was actually, I was very financially ill, and that's a real sickness. It really is. I had to find a solution to save my home, like, now. And so I did tons of research, and I compared everything you could imagine. Probably if you've heard of it, I probably researched it. And I was blown away by what I found with Plexus. And I just felt really guided towards it the more I prayed. And so I knew this was my solution to save our home. Not only was I able to save our home, that very first month I hit the ground running, guys. I was desperate, and I was like, I saw the potential because of the research that I did. I understood what this had to offer, and I was all in. So my very first month, I actually made enough that I could have covered our mortgage twice, plus our car payment, and then had some money left over. Within 9 months, I had created an incredible team of people who were, you know, looking for health and happiness and opportunity. And that allowed me the chance to hit that first jewel rank, which is a 6-figure income, a Plexus Lexus, a trip to Maui every year. I just realized I'm wearing one of my Maui shirts. Yay. Going back there in 2 weeks. 3 weeks. So every year they send us there. It's been such an incredible blessing financially for us. I mean, to the extent that we were able to allow my husband to quit a very dangerous and stressful job as a Las Vegas Metro police officer in the jail. He didn't have any retirement, but we could live without that income, and our family is so much better because of that he's home with us all the time now. And we were able to move back home to Southern Utah just not even 2 years ago. We left the hustle bustle of the big city of Vegas, and we found the tiniest, cutest little town we could find in Southern Utah where both of our families were based and where we grew up and were high school sweethearts. So we got a little 12-acre farm here, and it's been amazing how it has healed that financial illness for us. But let me tell you, even the bigger blessings beyond that, well, I don't know, it's a toss-up. But the fact that my son, my oldest, specifically had some really major gut health issues. I didn't know what gut health was. I didn't have a clue till I found Plexus. But, you know, anxiety, depression, really miserable allergies, and really bad sinus issues completely gone away. You know, to be able to provide those blessings for him without putting, you know, prescription meds in his body with chemicals and side effects and long-term issues, and to just see the person that he is and how happy and social he was after even just a couple months was like my biggest answer to prayer that I didn't even realize I was looking for or that was out there. This saved my husband from a surgery on his shoulder. Can you imagine how much that saved us? Like, people say, I can't afford Plexus. I'm like, you really can't afford not to take Plexus these days, seriously. We spend so much on, Lacey's gonna amen me on this. So many people don't even realize they're already spending the money anyways on what we call unhealthy Band-Aids, you know, sodas, energy drinks, junk food, fast food, over-the-counter medications, creams, gym memberships we're never using because we never have the energy, missing days at work, like what's that costing us, doctor's visits, prescriptions, all these things, ineffective and cheap garbage supplements that we're just basically throwing money in the trash for. You add those up and most people would be saving money on Plexus. So just keep that in mind. I'm just saying. Lacey can attest to that. Okay. Really, my husband, his cholesterol was high. His triglycerides were high. His blood pressure was high. And he is a workout maniac. And he eats much healthier than most people did when we started Plexus. So the fact that he was like struggling in all those areas, we're like, he thought he was doing everything right. Besides, he drank Diet Coke, which we knew wasn't good for us, but we didn't understand how bad it was either. So anyways, not even 4.5 months into Plexus, he had to do his blood work again as an officer. His triglycerides dropped over 100 points. I kid you not, in 4 months. And he stopped drinking Diet Coke because he didn't like it anymore. He didn't crave it anymore. His blood pressure, cholesterol were great. And like I said, it saved him from a shoulder surgery. Myself, just FYI, if you're like me, like I used to be, and you poop once or twice a week, that's totally not okay. Okay? That's so toxic. It's not normal. And I had blood sugar issues. I was hypoglycemic. I had sleep issues. Energy was like literally now at age 40, I have so much more get up and go than I did in high school. It's amazing. It's not just us getting older, guys. So let's like let go of that excuse. Our bodies are meant to operate well and function well when we keep them in balance and when we feed them good supplementation and good food. You can't get everything you need from good food these days. Our soil content is too depleted, and there's too many chemicals what we're exposed to on a daily basis, not even in what we eat. Our stress levels are too high. Our amount of sleep is too low. All these things impact us in such a major way. The sugar intake is insane in our country. And even worse than that, the artificial sweeteners, the artificial colors. I could go on. Sorry, I'm going to cut this off. But I'm telling you guys, life-changing. And we are here to answer your questions, talk about gut health and how it impacts every area of your life and your children and your loved ones. And babies are born with unhealthy guts these days, and we see it every day. And it's something that you can change, and it changes your whole quality of life. So, Lacey, take it away, girl.
All right, you can hear me now?
Yep.
Okay, so my story is this. 4 years ago, I started seeing Whitney's posts. For 2 years, I would ask her questions, and she would answer her. What was going on was I had anxiety issues, had depression. Gosh, one summer it was so bad. It was this time of year. I'm 5'10", and I weighed 115 pounds. That was not healthy, but it was depression and anxiety at the same time. It was awful. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. And so I got on some medication, and I knew that it was messing up my cycles. Okay. So I wanted to find something that was natural. But of course, when you're going through anxiety, you think anything new is scary. It's going to kill you or make you sick, or you just don't know the unknowns, it's just everything. Anxiety is a beast. So I would ask her questions 4 years ago for 2 years. Do the math, sorry. But she'd answer my question. I'd ignore her. And then maybe a few months later, I'd ask another question to another Plexus girl, and I'd ignore them. And I'm super skeptical. So then about 2 years ago, Whitney messaged me just out of the blue. It's like she knew that I needed it. And she, long story short, I finally gave up the ghost and tried it. And boy, oh boy, day 2, I felt like I was back on my Zoloft again.
But you weren't, right?
I wasn't, no. I was out there body clipping horses, and I felt like I had energy to, like Mary Poppins energy, like just zippity-doo-dah day. I was happy. I wasn't like wanting to bite my kids' heads off at the end of the day. I just felt so good. And then as I got going in the process of the whole you take the supplements one by one, you kind of introduce themselves to your body one by one. The anxiety was gonzo. It's been beautiful, beautiful. And then surprise, surprise, I wasn't planning on this one, but my cycles were regular the first month, and they have been for over 2 years.
Woo!
So oh my gosh, they were talking about doing an ablation. That's not fun. I wasn't wanting to go there. So, yeah. And then just yesterday, it is so neat to see this with ladies and their cycles, even if we have any guys in here, which I don't think we do. So we can talk all this all we want, or ladies, right? So an 18-year-old gal that I've helped, she did a really neat vulnerable post yesterday. And I didn't even know she was going through this, but she said that since she's been 8 years old, she's had a period. And not only that, 3 weeks out of the month, she's on her period, right? And she texted me the other day and said, you know, the best thing about Plexus, and she's only been on it since the end of June. The best thing about Plexus, Lacey, is I don't have to have 3 weeks periods. This is great. And I didn't know that she was even going through that. So it's a beautiful surprise for some of us that they weren't really trying to address that, but I'll take it, right? And then PMS time is like non-existent. And gosh, it's been wonderful that way. I do have an autistic daughter, and she's had lots of issues of anxiety and their bowels. A lot of those kids have major bowel issues. And it's been a huge blessing for her. I used to think that she had UTIs. I took her to the doctor, and another doctor, and another doctor, like, test her, do a sample, because I think she's got a UTI, because she's going to pee all the time. And then finally, a nurse practitioner said, you know what, I think she's just super constipated. And sometimes the kids will just go pee to relieve some pressure to alleviate the pain from all that constipation. So, of course, they enter Miralax, and that's a whole other story on its own. Yuck. Anyway, this has been beautiful. She's my consistent girl. She takes her stuff and keeps her gut healthy. She doesn't suffer with insomnia, crazy insomnia. A lot of the kids with the same issues have crazy insomnia. It's been great for her that way. I could go on and on, like on and on and on. This is just so neat to see how many people it's helped. But back at you, Whitney. I'm going to hand it back to you.
Okay. Well, so we just wanted to, I mean, there are, how many products do we have? Like 18, 20 amazing products, okay? But we're just going to very briefly highlight our best-selling combo, the Triplex Combo. And this is the combo that we wish everyone could be on, because it balances your body in the 3 most important areas. And when your body's in balance in the BIG, the blood sugar, inflammation, and gut health areas, then it is magical, the healing potential your body has. The Triplex addresses all 3 of those areas, and all 3 products are absolutely incredible, and they complement each other. And so that really just helps your body get all the right areas in balance, so it can turn into the healing machine and operate the way that God intended it to. Okay, so there's 3 key products. I didn't even bring samples down here to show in my office downstairs. I'm sorry. Lace, do you have them by chance? Can you be our visual? Okay, she's awesome. All right, so let's start with the Slim. The Slim is the pink drink that, you know, maybe you've heard of it. It's very, very kind of the buzz is our pink drink. And it is pink because it has beetroot juice in it. It's all plant-based. There it is. And it is a natural blood sugar stabilizer. Now, you may be thinking, I'm not diabetic, I'm not hypoglycemic, so my blood sugar's fine. But that's unfortunately not the case. Like, our blood sugar, our insulin is actually your master hormone, and it controls everything in your body. And just by nature, our blood sugar kind of goes on a roller coaster ride throughout all the day. And that's why a lot of times at 2 o'clock, you feel like you're going to crash. You need a nap. You know what I mean? Your blood sugar, that's doing that. And it creates stress on the body, and that creates inflammation. And inflammation creates all kinds of problems. Inflammation is not something that you want in your body. The Triplex addresses that as well. And also gut health. So the Slim, I mean, some of the main ingredients, I'll just throw them out there. Chlorogenic acid, incredible. Research this. Alpha lipoic acid, And chromium, most people, they say, like lots of people, most are deficient in chromium, and the health benefits are incredible. Then I'll let Lacey, do you want to cover the next one? You want to cover BioCleanse or ProBio 5?
Okay, sure.
One. Or do both. Can you do both?
I'll do both. You clean the toilet.
You flush the toilet.
Okay. Clean it, flush it. Now, when it says BioCleanse here, don't be afraid. It's not like, oh, I'm going to live in the bathroom. Okay. Think of it like a binder. Going to grab onto the yuck. Let me tell you about how this gets rid of the yuck, though. ProBio 5. Think of your garden, your gut garden. Okay. You have like your kefir and your other probiotics you get at the health food store, your like lactobacillus blends and whatnot. Those are like your seeds, okay, for your gut garden. This is the weed and feed of your gut garden, okay? So this has enzymes in it, lots of different wonderful probiotics. One of them is Saccharomyces boulardii. That is an expensive probiotic, you guys. I used to spend so much money at the health food store and never get any results. That was fun. And then there's antifungal in here. It's going to actually break through. Get this. You know, the outside of a cockroach is called C-H-I-T-E-N. Chitin, chitin. I don't know how you say it, but that's what it is, okay? It's that shell. It's the exoskeleton. There is an enzyme in here called chitosanase. Spelled the same way with the sanase at the end. Okay, so that breaks through that shell of the candida. Candida has a hard shell over it. It's protecting itself. And candida is in your body naturally to decompose your body when you die.
Ew.
Imagine how great that is when it's overgrown and it's taken over your gut garden. Okay, that's enter leaky gut syndrome, enter autoimmune issues, enter allergies, enter anything crazy you can think of. Anyway, so this is beautiful. It is the first probiotic, and I ate crow, okay? I would try to make my own stuff. I try to make my own ProBio 5 concoction at the health food store and spend 3 times as much as I would have just buying a bottle of this. So that is beautiful. You introduce these two together. They work synergistically together. This is an oxygenated magnesium. There's so many cool stories about this bad boy helping you poop, helping your muscles that are tight, because most people are magnesium deficient, helps you sleep. A friend of ours has had a wonderful story with her plantar fasciitis. She had surgery on one foot, and then a few weeks later, I don't know how much later, she started the stuff, and she is scheduled to go in to do the surgery on her other foot for her plantar fasciitis. She canceled the surgery, and she's doing much better. She doesn't need the surgery. In fact, yeah. So beautiful. These kind of stories are over and over and over, all over the place. It's a beautiful product. And if you want to add anything else to that, Whitney, go for it.
Lacey.
Yeah.
How long was she on the product for her plantar fasciitis? Like, was it a month or 3 months or what?
Whitney, you would probably know that.
I want to say it was like less than a month that she really started to notice it was helping. And so she went ahead and canceled her surgery. I don't even think she was a month in because it was helping her so fast. And I mean, it wasn't all better yet, but she realized that it was going away. So she's like, I don't even think I'm going to need that surgery. You know what I mean? And the cool thing is she has no pain in the leg she did, or the foot that she didn't do the surgery. The one she did the surgery is still giving her problems because of the surgery.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So that's a question for Ruth Ann. We need to keep track of who's asking questions. So let's just turn it over for questions now. So we're almost a half an hour in. We don't want to keep you, but if you guys are wanting to stay and ask questions, please feel free. You want to make sure you get them all answered, and we'll go ahead and do a drawing. I'll even, if you ambassadors want to join in, then I'll do a little giveaway that's appropriate for you too. So.
Well, I'm new. Like, I've only been using the product for about a month. So anybody that has not even, I don't know who's on here. So like, if you haven't even started like with it, like just do it. Just try it. Cause I'm like a month in and I'm having detox symptoms that I didn't even know existed. And so like things in my body I didn't even know were wrong. And it's like fixing it. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Like, for the reason I took this is not the reason I'm seeing the die-offs. It's crazy, but it's awesome because obviously it's working and it's helping, right? So that's just my 2 cents. Like, I'm only in this, I'll be completely honest, like barely a month. I just ordered my 2nd month. So, but it's very real that it can last, like you guys say, like it's taken me 35 years to get this bad. It's going to take me months to get better, right? Like, and I think that's the biggest. So many people want quick fixes, and that's when it cuts, especially with gut health. Like, you're not going to get a quick fix because it didn't happen overnight. So, and like Lacey was explaining, it's that thick layer that's breaking through. And like, I'm going to be very vulnerable right now. Like, my gas is horrible. Like, my poor kids. I have 6 kids at home right now. My teenagers, like my 11-year-old and my 14-year-old are like, Mom, go to a doctor. Like, there's something wrong with you. Like, they all day, like the last 3 days. So anyways, it's helping tremendously. I've had constipation issues my whole, like my forever, more than you just think it's normal, and it's not, like Whitney was saying. And I just had my 4th baby about 2 months ago, and I've always had my first product I started with was Bio Cleanse. So I was like, okay, I'll try this because I'll do anything for my constipation. I think I just only bought that product. I think I got it from Lacey. She she's like, okay, didn't push me, let's just get you on that product. So I had my C-section. I have to have C-sections, and in the hospital I took it with me, and they wanted to put me on stool softeners and everything. I'm like, no. So I didn't even need anything because BioCleanse helped me through my whole surgery, everything. Like, I recovered amazing. And that's when I was like, okay, I want to try the drink. Let's try the bio. Like Lacey, I have tried every probiotic under the sun, and I cannot believe the die-off that is literally happening in my gut. And it doesn't hurt. It's just awesome. Like, you can feel your body cleansing. Anyways, that's my 2 cents in the last month.
We love your 2 cents.
So if you haven't signed up, or if you haven't tried it, just try it. Like they say, they guarantee it, and there's you will notice symptoms. It's awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah. So
I love hearing your experience so early in, Ruth Ann. I can't wait to hear your story 6 months from now.
Right? I know. That's why I'm like, I just keep plugging. I know. I'm not a patient person, and this is teaching me patience. So
you're awesome.
So it's good. It's
so
really
worth it. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone have any questions, ladies, or any thoughts? Need any recommendations for someone? For yourself? Selena. Hi, Selena.
Yeah. So I'm just a few weeks in. I guess this is my 3rd week. And that's my little Lily.
Congratulations. Oh, hi, cutie.
I'm not gonna lie. I was depressed. I have anxiety disorder. I was extremely anxious. My husband is in Peru right now. We're struggling with some immigration issues. So I was extremely miserable. I went down there with him and was just miserable, and came back and was almost as miserable here without him. But within that first week, just like Lacey said, I was just energetic and happy and not so short with Lily and my mother. God bless her. My mother drives me crazy. But my attitude is totally changed. And I'm starting to feel better. And neat little story. Lily was having some tummy issues, and we went to the doctor this week, and she said it's probably a combination of lactose intolerance and stress and anxiety. And so I was telling Amy and Lacey about it, and Lacey was like, give her some ProBio 5 and give her BioCleanse. And so I gave her half a capsule of BioCleanse in the morning, and she pooped like hours later. Just this massive poop for the babysitter. I was just like, sorry, not sorry.
That's awesome.
So happy. And this was just yesterday. I was just so happy that she pooped. And then she had another one, and I was just like, yes. You know, I was so excited.
So awesome.
She's just been she had been struggling for a week with tummy issues, and she was just having trouble sleeping. And the past 2 nights she slept so great, and she's just feeling better. I can tell.
What a blessing.
Yes. So this stuff, I'm just like trying to tell my friends about it, but I'm just like really shy about stuff like this. And so I've told a few friends, and I've invited them. We had a wellness event, and I invited some friends, and a few of them have been talking with us, with Lacey and Amy. And
awesome.
I'm so grateful for these two. But
right?
yeah, feeling so much better. And today I went to Camp Gladiator for the first time, and I'm so proud of myself because that is so out of my comfort zone. And I don't think I would have done it if I hadn't been on the Plexus. I really don't.
Good for you. That's awesome.
So cool.
Yeah.
And I just got to say, to that thought of being shy about sharing this with people, think about if Amy had been too shy to share with you, right? Is Amy the one that shared with you, I think?
It was Lacey.
Lacey did share. Okay. So what if Lacey had been too shy? You'd still be struggling, right? Your daughter would still be in pain right now.
Yeah.
Like, let's get over it. It's all about that hesitation. It's our own fear. We're telling ourselves things that aren't true. Like, they're going to think I'm annoying. They're going to think I'm trying to sell them something, whatever. But when we realize what a gift we have here, and this gift changes lives, then it's almost selfish to keep it to ourselves. You know what I mean? And it's just like putting an invitation out there like, oh my gosh, I just saw the best movie. I think you would love it. Would you want to go check it out? Like, it's really no different than that. And if they're not interested, then no harm, no foul, and at least you planted a seed, and they'll think of you next time they're feeling like garbage again. You know what I mean? So it's just a matter of we share. We're not selling anything. Like, to me, I don't feel like I sell Plexus. I share Plexus because it's life-changing, and it's a blessing, and it's a gift. I offer that to people. Yeah, we're hope dealers. We really are. So keep that in mind.
How old is her little one?
Alicia or Selena, how old's your little one?
She's 3.
Oh, so you can give the BioCleanse and the ProBio 5 to little ones, because my daughter's little boy, they took him to the doctor, and he is completely impacted all up under his ribs.
Oh my!
I just gave her the half capsule.
Alicia, it's been approved for infants. I've heard as young as 2 months old.
I didn't know that. I'm going to talk to her then.
Oh my goodness. It's a godsend for babies.
You know what? Give her, so here's my little story with my daughter. A lot of these autistic kids will have this issue with impaction. It was like, think of a little kid, a little 18-month-old pooping a pop can out. It's so real when their guts are hurt with whatever they're hurt with. And
well, it seems like it'd be damage too, because over time, if it's not corrected.
Yeah, anal fissures, you name it. And so, there's is so beautiful. She celebrated when she started pooping normal. When a kid celebrates that they're pooping normal, that's why we have to share. I mean,
Yes.
when kids are hurting,
Yeah.
you know. So yeah, let her know.
I will.
What a blessing. Okay, let's cut it off right here. If you guys do, any last questions? Otherwise, we'll let you go. Thanks so much for joining in. We only went a few minutes over, so hope that this information was very helpful. I'm going to go ahead and I'm recording, so if you would like this recording, think of who you could send this to that could really benefit from this information. We really, that's the goal, change lives for the better. And if we all share, then we can change the world together. It's pretty amazing. So have a great night. Thanks so much for joining us. Gut health is where it's at, guys. Have a good one. Thanks, Lacey, for helping out.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.